Yo, what's going on, family? In today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and strange TikToks that will make you question reality.
Okay, guys, look at this video. I posted it a couple of weeks ago. This was on my way home the other night, and I'm not driving before anybody comes at me. I am a passenger. So this moon, some people in the video called it pink moon. I was calling it blood moon. I was asking for biblical terms or whatever because it was so large. This video doesn't even do it justice. Okay, so all the way home, it sounds
like whoever made this video puts this audio over it.
I mean,
and I
can't
hear what the girl's actually saying.
When I'm trying to get home to take some better images. When I get home, the trees are in the way, so I wait like 30 minutes, okay? And I'm literally 5 minutes from the spot where I'm videotaping this.
Sunset, sunrise at night,
literally bright white.
Not bright enough.
It changes colors. But look at the end of this video. This was taken in my hometown, 20 minutes from my house today. Look at this picture. What is going on with these images? From what I took to this, can anybody explain this?
Did y'all see the last one? Can anybody explain that?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my.
That was for real?
Okay, so who gonna tell me what's going on with these motherfuckers right here, man? Cause yeah, man, you know black folk don't do water, man. But me and my family were gonna go to the beach, right? And then I seen all this outbreaks and shit on sharks and shit. I was like, hold on, now, goddamn. We don't do that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm barely gonna put my feet in the water. I was like, I just put my ankles in. They was talking about it was ankle safe, ankle deep. They're motherfucking lie. Cause I seen a shark chase a duck up on the motherfucking beach. The duck got small enough to fly off. The shark stood up with his chest out, walked back to the motherfucking water and swam on out the motherfucking way. Now, I wanna know what the fuck going on. Somebody give me some answers. Somebody come in and give me some motherfucking answers. I seen, man, the shark chased the duck on the motherfucking sand. Duck flew off, shark stood up with his chest out, walked away. Hold on now, shit. Hell no, I ain't going to no motherfucking beach no time soon, man.
Straight up.
Shit, what the fuck going on? Yeah, and I need answers. I need somebody to drop answers like now. ASAP. Now, comment, please, cause I ain't never seen a shark walk before, man, and that's the first time I seen that shit, man. I was just like, hell no, black folk. Man, look, man, I barely get in a swimming pool. You think I'm gonna get in the ocean with sharks? I need some answers before I go to a motherfucking vacation, man. Shit, that shit over with, straight up. Hey, man, drop comment right now.
Man, I was hoping he would show us the video of the actual shark walking.
This is a snapshot of the film that was smuggled in 1991 out of a facility just south of Area 51. If I am truly in danger, that means that this film and this being is real. And God help me. But if I'm truly in danger and this being is real, that means the extraterrestrial program is also real. And I say, God help us all.
You did show me a slide of a comparison between the original version.
Oh, yeah.
What is that background noise? Do y'all hear that? Is that just me?
Yeah. Yeah, folks, this is how it came. This is what Victor's VHS tape looked. There it is.
This is it.
Yeah. This is how the videotape came to Rocket Pictures, folks. On the right is the dramatic and darkened version for the documentary. But this is what Victor brought to Rocket Pictures. This bluish, where you can see the entire arms and thoracic cavity of the being. In this internal briefing from the DIA sent to me by someone who worked with the DIA years back, he must have from his contact, it said basically the time, date, who was in the viewing gallery watching this, which is called a thought projection interview, the facility that it was, what type of alien being ET this was, how the film was smuggled out of this top secret facility, and it wasn't S4, as Victor said. It was a facility called S2 Alpha, and we have the satellite photo of it. S2 Alpha. S2 Alpha is the building on top of the ground. It's got administration, and it's got the AHC beneath it, which is, there it is.
That's it.
That is the entrance to the alien housing complex, S2 Alpha, the S2 Annex. Folks, no one in ufology is going to bring you this. I have brought you this. You go down that ramp, you turn to the left, a guard comes out, he hooks up an exhaust to your car, you go in and exchange badges. Now beneath S2 Alpha is the AHC, the Alien Housing Complex. This is what I was told. The Alien Housing Complex. This is where extraterrestrials were held, were retained for Project Aquarius, which was the alien retention and interrogation program. That was the unofficial name of those in the program.
Let me ask you about...
That's crazy. They got the Alien House Complex, right? They even got projects for aliens, man. It's all
Let me ask you about Corey Gamble. He was at Kim Porter's death scene.
Yeah, I know. And he was also the nigga that took Tory Lanez to Kylie's house to fake shoot Megan Thee Stallion. Corey Gamble is Justin Bieber's former tour manager.
Straight up.
Which taught Kris Jenner how to be a tour manager so that she could take over the financial responsibility for all of Kanye West shows and remove Sean G.
Okay.
Yeah, Corey Gamble has been a plant for a long time. Everybody knows it.
That's crazy. He be everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the one that groomed Justin and make him so pliable so that they could pimp him out at all these damn music festivals. He would be the right guy for the job. You can sue me, Corey.
That's crazy.
I'll do a deep zoom for you. Watch this.
You see him turned back? Is that what we looking at? It looked like his head's turned back. Oh snap, what's in his hand? Not gonna lie, it looked like my man's had the pole and was finna. Let me know what y'all think.
There's an FBI warning. I just heard it on the news for mass gatherings, if you didn't know. And I know we get threatened all the time. They always have information and they try to warn us. There's an FBI warning, terrorist threat, mass gatherings in New Jersey, New York, and around the world. Just be prepared. Look over your shoulder. I don't give a fuck what you're doing today. Walking the dog, you're at a barbecue, the weather's changing. Listen, prepare yourself. Now I'm going to go to another subject. 11 or 12 aftershocks from yesterday's initial earthquake, 4.8 in New Jersey. I didn't feel a thing. So it's two subjects, you know what I mean? I talked about two different things. There's nothing to be confused about. It's like talking about barbecue chicken and pastina. You know what I mean? I love pastina. Do you ever have it? I do extra butter and salt. Oh, a little grated cheese. Delicious.
All right, that went left.
Start a fucking revolution. Start a fucking revolution. Start a fucking revolution. You've got nothing to lose.
Want to learn the biggest secret in the world? In March 2023, sketchy billionaire Peter Thiel started a bank run. I did 1,500 hours of research, and I learned all their rotten secrets. The big one is that cryptocurrency is history's first planetary, multi-trillion-dollar Ponzi scheme.
Wow.
That's an economic doomsday device. And when that Ponzi goes insolvent, as all Ponzis must, we'll get the worst economic collapse in world history. And every powerful person you can think of is in on it. Want to know why everything gets worse and more expensive? That's because we live in a secret kleptocracy. That's when the government gets taken over by con artists whose only job is to steal from the public. And I hope you know this is wonderful news, because now that the public knows about the secret kleptocracy, they get to abolish their criminal government. Solve for more, or read this booklet, and you will...
Potential break.
Yo, I'm not telling anyone to go out there and barbecue themselves. He already did it for us. What he was speaking was some real stuff. And it's just like, maybe we should actually look into it a little bit more and see what's going on. You know, because there's a lot of people wishing that they're going to get rich on cryptocurrency. Man, when XRP hit $1, I'm going to be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? But XRP might not ever hit $1. And when it does, they're probably going to dump. And you're probably not going to be able to sell. And what he said probably going to happen. So it's like, what's really going on here?
News here. We are now getting reports from Howard Weldon on CNN that something bad has happened at the Red Sea by the Houthis. Now, for the last couple of hours, people have been sharing information saying that the USS Eisenhower has been sunk. My research suggested it was fake, false information, just misinformation being spread about. But there are now reports from the Yemeni army saying that they have been attacking them again and the destroyers. And now the reports that one of them has sank, but it's not broke the news yet. Now, why would the US deny that this has happened? One of the reasons will be it will show weakness. So if they say that the USS Eisenhower has been sunk, that is going to show a massive weakness, and they would not want that straight out there. They would try and keep that. They'd try and keep that secret. They wouldn't release that straight away. So I can understand. So if it is true, and I'm not saying it is, but if you can go and do your research on this, it is coming out now. If it's true, over the next couple of hours, you're probably going to see it breaking on the news. So yeah, go and have a quick look and see what you think.
Go figure. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, would you look at that? Just look at it. Just look at it. Yeah. Well.
Who was that? Flying in or flying out?
Woods, so we can see what's going on, y'all. When this thing comes at night, let me show y'all the top of my house. When this thing come at night, it gets on the top of my house up here. And it will walk across the entire house. And when it walks across the house, like you saw on my live, when it walk across the house, it jump off right there by my window. And when it jump off, it jump over this fence. When it jump over this fence, it go over there and get behind those sheds. It was 2 of them. But I only captured 1. And you know, a lot of y'all tell me that y'all heard growling in my videos. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Miss Tish old. And when I was recording the videos, I was recording right here.
Hold on. Did y'all see South Dakota underwater? Dams are breaking. Crops are gone. People's houses are gone. Roads are broken half. Why is nobody talking about that?
You know, South Dakota, Iowa, where else?
The gentleman with which I was associated was approximately 3.5 feet tall. He had a dark brown appearance, very ruddy appearance to his skin. He was in a highly pressurized clean sphere.
Dark brown, very reddish.
3.5 feet, large head in comparison to torso, large bulbous black eyes. The whites of the eyes had been selected out, so it looked like a large pupil, basically. When you look into his eyes, you feel like you're going to fall into his eyes forever. And I think that probably had something to do with the telepathic nature of his mental structure. He was hunched over most of the time, could not support himself fully, given muscular atrophy, and that had to do with the peripheral neuropathy under which he was suffering. He was unclothed, which bothered him. He wanted to wear clothing and was refused in every turn. Called himself captive, and justifiably so. His facial features were grotesque in comparison to what he showed me what normal would be. Nose was recessed, an extremely small mouth, a hard palate, no teeth.
Do you have any idea what his chronological age was?
622. They excrete in a manner that we would excrete. Their external genitalia are different than ours. The females have somewhat like vulva, but they have a clasper situation. The male has a male clasper, the female claspers. And if it looks like a disc with rectangular solids that are rotated into position for clasping at the inguinal region. They do have internal fertilization.
Now, this was something you read because you didn't see the female, did you?
No, this is something he showed me of his wife. Everything that he showed me when this was the incident. When he projected it into me, it felt like I was there. He was extremely depressed. If we were to term him human, I'm not a psychologist, but I think he would be termed as clinically depressed. He wept, but he didn't weep outside. He wept when he was with me.
Well, could you estimate what his level of intellect was?
Smarter than me. He was smarter than me by a long range.
Did he have a wide range of knowledge?
The mathematics that he showed me blew my mind.
Was that right?
He showed me concurrently not only the equations for the rule of nines, but he also did so diagrammatically, and he did so with three-dimensional, like a VRML system, where I was watching cubes come together. Highly evolved, highly intellectual, highly repressed emotionally. When I was with him, I felt great happiness to be with him, but I could feel his great sadness, not only because of what he wanted to become, what he knew he was by being present with us, but where he was and how he was being treated. He was not part of the group that has to be catered to involving the T9 treaty that was just signed. He wanted to help. He was willing. When I went in, for God's sakes, I took well over, nearly 300 individualized aspiration samples from his neurological system. He would hold his arm out for me to take them. There was no pain medication. And whenever I would fire the introduction system to remove the sample, it was an aspirative avulsion system, he would cry, and then he would just stand there and look at me.
So John, that's wild. Like, I mean, I could see it too, though. You know, like we always think that these alien beings are going to be like evil, right? But they could just be some very smart, advanced people. And yeah, we just snatch them and test them up and throw them in a cage. No different than anything else. If we find anything new, we're going to snatch it, throw it in a cage, and test on it. How can we, as a human race, feel like we are good people? I'm just being honest. How have we proven that over history, over time? I don't think that we have. If Mother Earth was a judge, they'd throw us in jail. You got to go. You destroyed the whole planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it that there's individuals who are nice and, you know, who don't think like this at all. But the race as a whole.
Stewart shares a real alien video, he says, on his Twitter X. I'm going to show you the video here. Take a look.
huh. I mean, that kind of looked like what dude just described in the last video as well. What if what if aliens or these ETs are just advanced versions of ourselves, years and years and years down the line? You know, if evolution's a real thing, just depends on the environment.
Is that a real alien? No, it's not. I can prove it right now. I'm going to end this tape once and for all so it doesn't see the light of day again on the internet. It's not real. And this is from the episode Stargate SG-1, Season 9, Episode 13. And you'll even hear the alien in Jon Stewart's video speaking. And it is impossible to say that I'm wrong in this. This will debunk it once and for all. Take a look.
And you must be precise in your calculations. I know. The slightest oversight in either the timing of the explosion or the proximity of your ship to the singularity could result in a failed mission at best, certain death at worst.
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time concentrating.
I understand. You are tired. Allow me to complete the calibration for you.
Knock yourself out.
Feel free to use this video to throw it out there to whoever is sharing this video as being legitimate, because it's not legitimate, as I've just proven. Feel free.
Hey, not gonna lie though, right? You gotta think about this too, even if that's not legit. The definitions that we hear of these alien beings all the time all seem to be the same. You would think that if you have all these different people coming up with their own definition or their own idea of what an alien looks like, it would be different, right? Wouldn't some of them be like green or blue or different looking eyes or monsters, like, you know what I'm saying? But yet we always come back to these little grays with black eyes and big heads. To me, that makes it seem like it's real. Like, that's exactly what they do look like, and we're just going to continue to pursue that. We're not going to show you a real one, but we're going to keep showing you these little fake ones that we make up. Because, I mean, that's how imagination works in a way. You can't really imagine something that you've never seen before.
Believe that? Oh my gosh. Oh what the heck?
That's the weirdest sunset ever.
I've never seen it do that.
No, it's like
it looks like a Lego pieces. It's just sitting in the water. It's a layer of fog. Are you kidding me? It looks like a pyramid. The earth is flat. The earth is flat.
It looks fake.
Closer to it.
Whoa! When the weather's really dry, the glare goes away, and you can see like the circle of the sun. Why does it look like it's setting on the water?
It looks like it's digital.
Yeah, it looks digital. Okay.
It looks like it's
a Pac-Man or something.
Intergalactic.
I bet if you had a telescope and zoomed in, you'd see the full sun again. It wouldn't even look like it was setting.
That's so weird.
Intergalactic, planetary.
Oh, Richard's taking a picture.
Intergalactic.
Wait, no, it looks like a boat.
No one lose their
Wait,
car.
green flash, guys. We're gonna see it because it was so pink.
It's not clear enough.
Do you guys? The green flash exists, but it's only because when your eyes don't see that red, that orangey pink, it replaces it with the opposite on the color spectrum, which is green. That's why you see green flash.
I can see it happening right now.
Yeah, you'll see a green flash because it's gonna disappear and then you'll see a green flash.
Bye-bye, sun.
That's so
You see the green?
weird. I don't see green.
I see it.
Poof.
I don't see
When you just stare at it for a moment.
And the sun's gone, just like that.
Guys, there's a giant fucking
Oh no.
Look at how big it is.
I'd be scared of that one.
It's a woodpecker.
I ain't never seen a woodpecker in real life. Nah, I'm cool. I don't want to see one in real life.
As promised, this is the update in regards to the pre-flood era vault that was found in Peru by the YouTube explorer who goes by the handle name of Baby Trujillo.
Hey, I've been wanting to go to, I can't even talk. I've been wanting to go to Peru for quite some time. I just been having a calling to go to Peru. You know, I just want to see some things down there. I just feel like there's a lot to Peru that we don't know. And I want to go down there and explore some stuff.
This is going to be a long one. So if you're on Instagram, your best bet is to watch this on YouTube, TikTok, or even X for the full video. Without further ado, I have to thank the numerous and exceptional archaeologists and explorers who brought the site to life for us. That would be archaeologist Kimberly Monroe and her team, as well as the explorer who goes by the YouTube handle name of Baby Trujillo. And majority of the information that I'm going to read to you and give to you is also written and cataloged by Dan McLaren. So this site was originally surveyed and cataloged by Richard Daggett and Donald Prolex in the 70s, but they never fully excavated or researched the area. And the reason being is it's because it's not in the local areas that they would typically see older Peruvian settlements, meaning they were lower down on the coastal, areas where they're accessible by the people. This area that we're talking about, Cosma, is high in the mountains. Kimberly Monroe was working and excavating in other areas of Peru when a local principal approached her and gave her the tip of an ancient Inca settlement site that was in the village of Cosma. Thankfully, she decided to research it with her team. As she and her team set off to investigate the tiny village of Cosma, which is located in the Cesarian district of Nipeña Valley, Peru, the village is home to around 400 people, and it's extremely remote. As I said, it's high in the mountains. It has no running water, but luckily, within the last decade or so, they were able to have electricity installed. But you have to understand, there is no public transportation to this village. You literally have to hitch a ride into town and backpack in. It's literally an ancient village, and it has so many secrets. This village contains so many ancient sites. I'm excited to share this with you. The site of several ancient structures, and I mean ancient. Yes, pre-flood era. I've talked to you about the vault. I've showed you the video from Baby Trujillo, but we're actually going to get into the other structures that predate the vault. Monroe believes that the site has the beginnings in what they call the ancient early horizon period, which is around 900 BCE. The early horizon period is what they deem the first people, the first Peruvians that walked the land.
I don't believe that. I don't when they be throwing these dates out. I just feel like they just be guessing or just trying to tell us it was at 900 BCE. Tell me something that happened 300, 400 years ago, about a certain people somewhere. But you want to tell me something about 3,000, 4,000 years ago. It probably goes back way further than that, Or it could be way sooner. You know what I'm saying? What if these things that we think are so old or so ancient aren't that old or ancient? What if those things are literally only 500, 600 years old and something happened then? And here we are now trying to recover everything. I don't know.
There are 3 prehistoric ceremonial mounds. Literally, as soon as she saw them entering the village, she knew they weren't Inca, that this has to go back to the early horizon period. And after they started excavating and researching, they found proof and evidence to that as well. The first one, the biggest one, is called Caricoto. At the size of it, it's over 250 meters long, 70 meters wide. And then per Monroe, as they were excavating, they found that it had an underground gallery. The top was flat and it has walls and domestic structures surrounded by what appeared to be prehistoric canals. And then literally, the second mound, which is 600 meters south of it, is called Ashipokoto. And then the last mound overlooks actually Caricoto in the village of Cosma, and it's known as Cunca. And near Cunca is the last prehistoric structure that they have no idea what it's for, but it looks like a structure. It looks like a fortress. And the walls, as you can see in the video, in the pictures that I'm going to attach to the video, these walls are massive. Again, this is pre-Inca. This is 900 BCE. We're talking about early horizon period. It's called the Iglesia Herrera. But the interesting fact and point about all three mounds is that they're directly in line with each other from north to south. One perfect line. That raises so many questions. Now, circling back to the vault, Monroe and her team actually believe the vault is from the Inca civilization. Now, nobody knows what it's for, why it was put there literally on top of a mountain. What they can confirm is that the slab, the top, used to cover the holes. So who uncovered it? We don't know. Why was it covered? We don't know. And what looks like glass is actually water. The chambers have been completely flooded, so it's not accessible by humans, and it's too dangerous because they don't even know if they were to send a dive team in, where does it go? So there's still so many questions about all those rocks and pillars on top of the ridge. Why did the Inca go up there and make them? Does it tie to the ancient alien theory? We truly don't know, but what we know is that it's an ancient prehistoric site, and the writing that people see on the slab, that unfortunately is due to explorers and other people who have encountered and found this site and decided to mark it that they were there. Please don't do that. So it ties nothing to the significance of where it comes from. It's just people basically tagging. But this site is still under excavation and research, and there's still so many things being found, and it's literally different civilizations overlapping each other. Some prehistoric, some going back to the Inca. It's just so much to be found in this area. And why was it built on top of a mountain, literally? Take a look at this and tell me what you think.
A ver, uno de doble jamba, diríamos, pero por dentro. De doble jamba por dentro. Podría ser portales.
Hey, all I'm gonna say, right, is that if this was 900 BC, whatever tools they had, they was cutting stone like butter. Look at this, the lines is straight. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is with a lot of these old things. It's like, what tools did they have to cut stone so precise? Like, go look at Angkor Wat. Look at Angkor Wat and look at how they cut the stone there. And tell me if you think that someone can replicate that today.
Parece que está todavía en funcionamiento. O sea, creo que para esto era el fin. Si acá veo especies de peces así como que extraños, o especie de pececillos es. No me estoy equivocando, porque esto yo lo he visto en el fondo del mar, en lo más profundo, en las fosas marinas, tal cual, pero aquí estamos viendo en este lugar Tacarumi. Parece que casi hacía, a ver, una especie de experimentos.
For real?
Mire. Mire, muchas interpretaciones.
Muchas.
Miren, y vamos a seguir explicando, porque esto, claro, todo es esta cuadrícula. Miren,
I'm just playing. I don't know what he's saying.
Miren esto. Ahora, ¿qué van a decir? Miren. Miren este ángulo, obviamente que orienta al sol, pero por cierto, miren ahí. ¿Por allá sale el sol, Braulio? Sí. Por allá sale el sol. Miren. Miren ahí. Miren ahí. Pero miren lo intrincado que es, ve. Triangular. Y está como que socavado en la piedra, o sea, cavado. Para hacer esta especie de exactitud tendría que haber cortado así, ve, con un láser cortar y con una maderita sacar. ¿Eh? Porque si haces golpeando, esos bordes como que se rompería. ¿Ve? Esto acá ha sido utilizado otra tecnología. Y nuevamente volvemos acá. Acá ya aparecen, no sé, ya parches. Miren, miren aquí.
Look at that.
Esta que va hacia
Cutting
allá.
stone like butter.
¿Eh?
And this is the inside. Not a coincidence. What's going on, y'all? It's the 4th of July. And in today's video, we'll be looking at strange and bizarre TikToks that will make you question everything.
Does that look like a giant bug? Or a UFO? What is that?
Just paddling down this cool little river in Florida.
Now that's crazy.
Is anyone else noticing how everybody's getting sick again? It's not like COVID sick. It's like you have a frog in your throat sick. You have a pounding headache. You just feel really crappy. It's going around again. Nobody knows what it is. If we ever go back on a lockdown, I'm moving away to another country. That is not an option. So find out what the sickness is and take it somewhere else, please. Thanks.
What can we call this? This right here, sir? In on the ground? That don't look bumper clock sound? This right here, so you want to play with? Look on the inscriptions. Put it back in the ground. 1, 2, fast. Go sit down pan your ass. I'm tired of you keep touching up things that don't concern you. You keep coming and doing it again and again and again. What make you want to dig it out to the ground, eh? What possess you if you come up and dig out this thing out to the ground? You don't think say you could get possessed yourself, you know? No, man, it's like, you can't hear me. You can't just let things be. You don't think say we have trouble already. I'm trying to live my life steady. Go home, leave things alone before I lick you with that big piece of stone. Sure, I'm tired of you, man. I'm tired. Quick!
I'm up just spinning. Y'all ever seen anything like that? I ain't never seen nothing like that in person. You can't really get like a good picture of it though.
This sighting was a few months ago in the town where I live. It looked like a kind of metal sphere.
Dang, what's this, dogs? Dang, they don't know what to do. Ain't nobody gonna save the puppies. Where's this? Oh, Italy? Everywhere having crazy weather. We got Italy, Iowa. They say San Diego, Jamaica. Where else flooding? Texas.
Goodbye, Jamaica, and hello, Stingray City, the Cayman Islands. Your turn is next. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross. This is an unbelievable storm and what has happened here, and I feel really bad for what has happened to Jamaica. It's a little hard to see, but at the last minute, just as it reached the southern tip of Jamaica, which is right there, you can see Jamaica at the beginning of that loop. There it is, and the southern tip is right there. The storm actually started to re-strengthen again. Now, it did lose quite a bit of strength in the last 12 hours or so before it started to re-energize, but that wind has come right into that south tip of Jamaica, and it's skirting the entire southwest coast of Jamaica as we speak right now, late in the afternoon on the 3rd of July. Now, for the Cayman Islands, here's what's going to happen next. It's going to skirt you and for the most part spare you from the worst because it should be pretty south of you. But that doesn't mean you're off the hook by any means. First of all, as you can see, the storm is not making landfall on Jamaica. That means that there's the possibility that it will actually maintain strength. And even though wind shear is supposed to weaken it a little bit more, there's a chance that eye, which is taking some good shape here at the end of that loop, will stay intact, and therefore you may just barely find yourself in the eye wall. Timetable on that, this is the eye wall that we're talking about, by the way, from an older loop that we have. The timetable for the Cayman Islands is about 6 o'clock in the morning. 4 to 6 a.m. is when the worst would be, coming up tonight, Wednesday night into Thursday. Then 24 hours after that, about 8 in the morning, that's the turn for around Tulum, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, on the I almost said Gaspe Peninsula, on the Yucatan Peninsula. That would be way off geographically. It's not going to affect Cancun directly, we don't think. It will be very indirect there. That's the good news for Cancun, all right? But it's still going to hit the Yucatan, cross the Yucatan, then it may do Texas on Saturday. We'll have to see. Anywhere from Brownsville up through Houston should be on alert for that. So again, in summary, Jamaica took a really bad hit. We did warn them well on this channel, so I'm sure a lot of folks took the proper precautions. Cayman Islands, that's what I was referring to with Stingray City. That's on the Cayman Islands. You're going to be getting it late tonight. And then the Yucatan Peninsula, that happens tomorrow night between the 4th and the 5th. I'm meteorologist Todd Gross. Follow me for more.
Well, thank you, meteorologist Todd Gross.
To make them work again. Tomorrow, when you are sealed in the voting cubicle, vote for me, Senator Bob Dole.
I am looking forward to an orderly election tomorrow, which will eliminate the need for a violent bloodbath. America, take a good look at your beloved candidates. They're nothing but hideous space reptiles. It's true. We are aliens. But what are you going to do about it? It's a two-party system. You have to vote for one of us.
He's right. This is a two-party system. Well, I believe I'll vote for a third-party candidate.
Go ahead. Throw your vote away.
All hail President K.
They trying to warn us, but they have a king here.
I have an update on the Boeing Starliner astronauts, but first, criminal charges could be underway on Boeing as of July 7th. What we do know is that the Department of Justice is looking at criminally charging Boeing for the door that fell off the aircraft earlier this year. And victims on that plane testified against Boeing as well. Now, on to the news of the astronauts. So, there was a secret meeting between NASA and Boeing yesterday, and what kind of got leaked from that meeting is that One, the spacecraft is only rated for 45 days in space, which would be July 20th, but they are thinking of pushing it back 90 days. So you'd have into practically September for this thing to come home. But here's what happened. So basically, NASA told Boeing, we don't want to let you undock because we want to make sure that, one, you guys fix those issues on the future aircraft, and two, we want to make sure they're safe coming back because if the thrusters were to go out, they could flip forward and burn to death. So they say that they're not in a rush. That's what I was told to me, is that they were told that there's no rush to bring them home, that they can stay on the space station. They can stay on the space station and they can do housekeeping chores, you know. Basically, they're NASA's little bitch right now. There is a couple EVAs planned, also known as spacewalks, one of which may actually start digging into the Boeing spacecraft and seeing if they can figure out what happened with these thrusters, but there's no promises on that. I'm really eager to see if Boeing gets criminally charged in relation to the door. This is a whole different ballgame.
Man, what's going on with that? Imagine if you did go up to space, though. You know, and you get stuck up there and you think you're going to come down in 40 days. And they say, no, just stay up there another 45 days. We'll come get you later. And you have no control.
What's up,
right, that's not for aliens.
I want to talk about what's been going on in the world lately. So as of June 14, 2024, the House of Representatives passed a bill saying that it's mandatory for all men in the U.S. ages 18 through 26 to register for the military draft. And if they refuse, they will be charged with a felony. They're also including male immigrants, so if you're coming to the States from another country, you are also required to register. Not only that, but from my understanding, lawmakers are also considering making women register. Now, the last time the U.S. had a military draft was in 1973, during the Vietnam, which lasted from 1955 to 1975. Now, I'm not saying we're about to go to war, but a lot of these are allying with Russia. In other words, they're teaming up. Now, let's talk about the food recall. Cucumbers, cheese, milk, lettuce, potatoes, black pepper, macadamia nuts, chocolate, coffee, and 13 different brands of ice cream, including Hershey, are all being recalled due to bacteria contamination, which includes Salmonella, Listeria, and E. coli. Not to mention, as of June 28th, 132 dairy cow herds in 12 U.S. states have reportedly been affected with the bird flu. Also, reports of fruit being mixed with microplastic and rubber. Now, I'm not saying this is a coincidence, but isn't it strange that as soon as Bill Gates, a tech billionaire, expands his farmland purchases all over the U.S., now all of a sudden all of this produce is being recalled? Bill Gates bought $113 million worth of farmland in Nebraska and owns over 250,000 acres of farmland across the United States. Speaking of farmland, did y'all know that it was illegal to have a garden in Oregon without a permit that meets state requirements? Also, I want to talk about these earthquakes. On June 24th, there was a 4.1 earthquake in California. On June 25th, there was a 5.4 earthquake in Japan. On June 28th, there was a 3.4 earthquake in New York. And on June 29th, there was a 7.2 earthquake in Peru. Now, call me crazy, but ever since the solar eclipse, we have had back-to-back earthquakes nonstop. Now, let's talk about these shark attacks. So y'all remember the movie Netflix dropped on June 5th called Under Paris, right? Where the people were having a race in the water during the Olympics and were attacked by sharks. Isn't it kind of strange that the Olympics are being held in Paris this year? But I'm going to go more into detail about that in my next video. I got 11 more days, and it makes 5 months that I've been sitting in without a bond. Even though I get discouraged at times, I'm still holding my head high, and even though the support stopped, I told y'all I won't stop putting y'all on game. Hopefully I come home soon.
Man, free Colin Bellamy, because he putting us on the
Teeth
game.
can heal, and they should not be deteriorating. And if they do have a little decay, they have the ability to heal themselves, as every other body tissue does. So why aren't they healing? Maybe they haven't been given the right times, or they have not been given the right conditions. If you don't drink adequate water, that saliva does not have the ability to bathe, soothe, nourish, and heal. Internal fluid would be your blood and your lymph, and remember, Remember what the lymph does? It sweeps away waste from the tissues. Remember what the blood does? It comes along with the nutrition. It comes along with the oxygen. It comes along with the water, the white blood cells. So this internal fluid is bathing from the inside. And your external fluid is your saliva. Their quality is totally dependent on fresh air, sunshine, not taking anything in that will harm it, going to bed early, exercising every day, having a nourishing diet. Teeth are the only exposed bones in the body. And just as if a bone breaks, it'll heal.
Oh, snap. Y'all see that? Real or CGI? Y'all let me know. Yeah, let's see the close-up. Them spinning.
Take a look at this performance by Will Smith, and what do you notice about this performance? The song itself, he is talking about God, but look at the symbolism in this performance. You see the ring of fire, the circle, and all kinds of different things throughout this performance that is truth in plain sight. They are literally showing you what they are really about. Yeah, he can talk about God in this song, but which God is he really referring to? Because from the looks of it, I don't know. This looks very, very strange, in my honest opinion. Now, I'm not trying to come across as judgmental or anything like that, but you can't deny how strange this performance looks. What do you all think about this?
The Ring of Fire. They had the eclipse. Something strange going on, y'all.
Okay, that's weird. Can you film it too?
I can't, it doesn't...
Like it's just floating there too.
That's weird.
It's moving though.
It is, it's going from left to right. Yeah, but to be that long? That's exceptionally weird. Someone else... It's got to be some balloons.
Oh, it's got to be some balloons, huh?
So we all remember the robot off of Avatar, right? Yeah, we got people out here building these transformer-ass exoskeletons. And with just a little bit more money, you can build an Iron Man suit. And now this has me thinking, what about the technology that we haven't seen? Because if we're seeing this, how can I put this? They have something that is expeditiously more upgraded than this. Yep, because robotics in 2024 has definitely been upgraded. Like just imagine, gang, imagine looking at this with armor on it. Everything about this screams the Avatar. Like y'all can't tell me that robot didn't remind y'all of this. Autobots, roll out. Because it's gonna be a crazy day in the future when we actually start seeing these roll out. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments on what y'all think about this Avatar-ass robot in the comments. Like or follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember, if y'all want to learn the sauce on how to blow up on social media, comment down below ATM.
There's something really strange going on here, and if something ends up happening to me, I just hope that this video can maybe explain it. Okay, so I have these two mirrors in my room. As you can see, they're pretty normal looking mirrors. But I was cleaning and I had them kind of set up like this. And I noticed something really weird. Just watch. See, when you look through the mirror into the other one, it becomes like a window. And there's this huge warehouse, grocery store or something down there. But wait, it gets even crazier. Watch this.
Bro, what?
Wait out for the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. What the hell? What is this place? Hello? How far does it go? Oh shit.
Oh, snap. See, it'd be some crazy things in the sky if you actually pay attention. You can actually see it. Definitely not alone in here. It kind of looked like a star.
Oh my god, he's going in the water. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bro, get out of there.
Get out! Get out!
You're probably about to fall or something.
Hey, do y'all not find it weird that a country with $35 trillion in debt is the one that's giving us a credit score?
That's crazy.
Make it make sense.
I don't think it does make sense. There's something standing on the moon.
Now, there is more new details I received about the giant Antarctica black hole weather anonymously spotted near Cape Town. They're stating that it could be a UFO, but nobody is quite sure what the giant black hole weather anomaly appearing in the early hours over Cape Town, South Africa, actually was, but some reckon it's otherworldly. Okay, so they are stating that the black hole weather phenomenon has left experts baffled after it appeared on a satellite for just a few seconds. So the strange occurrence appears to have happened over Cape Town, South Africa earlier this week at around 5 a.m. Satellite images show that around 83-foot waves were spotted off the coast, which all of a sudden just disappeared for no reason, with a giant black hole appearing on the imagery instead. According to the weather site, the hole moves towards land before suddenly fading out right before it actually touches down in Cape Town. So yes, there was something that actually pushed all that water towards Cape Town to cause them to have a flood in their town. So they are speculating that
it could have been a UFO, but they're not sure. So they're still trying to investigate whether it wasn't UFO or not.
So you know how NASA told you not to take pictures of the eclipse with your phone because it would damage your camera? Well, that was complete bullshit, and a lot of people did just that. And some guys took some like time-lapse videos. A lot of people caught what looks like the moon next to the eclipse while the eclipse is happening. A lot of people. Seriously, you can find it here if they don't block the video. Like I posted one and immediately it was removed from the FYP for being unoriginal or low quality. It was very high quality and it was a duet. So, you know, probably suppression, but I told you, people were talking about the moon and the sun not being in alignment during the eclipse and everybody called us crazy. Everybody. But then what is that next to the eclipse? If that's not the moon, what is it, and why does it look like the size, shape, and topography of the moon?
Have y'all seen the videos with like the invisible spheres, right? People have caught these spheres, and that's what's eclipsing the moon, and there's multiple of them in the sky. You know, it's not just one of them. I'm gonna try to get that. I know I had it on one of my past videos, but I'm gonna try to get that and put it on here.
This is the head of Joe Biden's Economic Council.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing.
Of course, he knows that even though it's confusing, you think he could explain how money works, right?
I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do?
Did you just ask the reporter how it actually works?
They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? So
yeah, I got. Yeah, that's exactly what we do. That's exactly how money works.
They sell bonds, and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah, so. A lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money, and then it uses that money to, yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about, like, because it's like.
He doesn't understand how. He doesn't understand how the government prints money and then spends it and how that's operational?
Explosion. The government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
The projected path of Hurricane Beryl, huh? I think it already passed Yucatan, right? And it's headed to Houston now? Oh, it's stuck there now.
So the guy...
Do y'all remember some years ago, like there was a storm over Houston? It was similar to that, and it just stayed on top of Houston for a few days. It looks like that might be something similar.
That was talking about the dragon got banned and fired from his job because he was talking about a dragon.
Really?
The dragon ain't real, right? No, come on, man. It's a dragon the size of a continent. So why fire him? So why ban him if it ain't real? And I heard also multiple content creators with over 100K that were truth seekers or conspiracy theorists got banned too. Why ban these people if they're just no threat? I mean, ain't these people in their own little imaginary world? See, these people getting banned because they're telling the truth. They're exposing the truth. They're doing their research too. They're making it make sense to everybody. And yeah, this stuff is some unbelievable stuff, but man, I mean, they're making a lot of sense. It's called control media.
Mm-hmm.
The war on information.
Definitely. They only want you to tell. They only want you to talk about what they want you to talk about. You know, once you go left or get out of their lane or something, you know, they like, oh, whoa, we're gonna have to ban this person. Don't want nobody listening to them. And you would think, right, if the stuff isn't true, why would they care? What's going on here? Where's this? I think this is Chicago. Wherever that's at. That's strange. And this look like this in China somewhere. Why is the water red? So what's this? This that same hurricane. Look at that though. Whoa, whoa. What is that? Is that a gorilla? I wonder what kind of animal that was. Oh, a dinosaur. There we go. So these are dinosaur bones.
So this man in 1999 was walking around our buildings recording footage with ties to the Saudis, and we're just supposed to believe he was a tourist? And this footage has been hidden for 23 fucking years?
That's a long time.
My biggest question is, why is it made public now?
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump need to be addressing this issue. There was a debate, if you want to call it a debate, less than a week ago, where these two candidates for president knew about the existence of this video, and neither one of them had the courage to stand with the 9/11.
A voice on the video says in Arabic, "I am transmitting these scenes to you from the heart of the American capital, Washington." This video, unsealed in federal court this week and obtained by 60 Minutes, was recorded in the summer of 1999. The man behind the camera is Omar al-Bayoumi, who the FBI says was an operative of the Saudi intelligence service with close ties to two of the 9/11 hijackers.
Time is 6 p.m.
The video was filmed over several days. Bayoumi recorded entrances and exits of the Capitol, security posts, a model of the building, and nearby landmarks. In this portion of the video, Bayoumi points out the Washington Monument and says, "I will get over there and report to you in detail what is there." He also notes the airport is not far away.
What I see Bayoumi doing is going out and making a detailed video record of the Capitol from all its sides, and then conducting that 360-degree panoramic view.
Osama bin Laden decided to approve Khalid Sheikh Mohammed's so-called planes operation. In the days after 9/11, British police discovered the video during a raid on Bayoumi's UK apartment.
Did you see all those tapes? Make them all public.
They also seized Bayoumi's handwritten address book that the lawyers for the 9/11 families say was filled with phone numbers of numerous senior Saudi officials who were in the government at the time. And when Bayoumi filmed the Washington video, he was often with two Saudi diplomats who the FBI says had ties to al-Qaeda, a finding the Saudi government disputes.
It was the families, and it was our dogged pursuit of justice. We were the ones that were able to obtain this video. We didn't get this video from the United States government. We got this video from the British government. You could argue that the families did a better job investigating the attacks of 9/11 than the United States government, with its hundreds of billions of dollars of resources. The former deputy director of the CIA went live on Face the Nation and said he's never seen this video. Listen, the time for games and doubts about whether Saudi Arabia did it is over.
Explain this to me. Why are...
I don't know, man. Especially with what's going on right now in the world, it's like you got to be careful with a lot of this stuff that gets put on TV, because they're trying to sway you in one direction or the other, you know, and I don't know what direction they're trying to sway us with that one, but it's just like, why now? Right now.
These ducks standing at attention in the rainstorm like they're about to receive marching orders. It's a beautiful rainy day, and these ducks are just frozen solid. It's a 4 out of 5. It's RGP.
It's probably something in the sky that he don't see.
Nope, we were never supposed to see these, as these biblical stones are coming out everywhere, and what this means for our world is terrifying. People were shocked after it was discovered blue stones, or referred to as sky ice, in Antarctica were found, and they resemble the exact same objects that Ezekiel mentions in the Bible, claiming what the firmament or the dome of earth is made out of, saying the firmament material would appear like sapphire or blue stone. But how this was found is even more insane, as decades ago a scientist had leaked they found sky ice after years of research in Antarctica, claiming that the government has sealed all this away, knowing could lead to terrifying changes about our planet and science. With him saying that the government had found an entire ice wall made out of the biblical sky ice, the same ice wall that the pancake Earth believers say is in Antarctica, possibly proving that the Earth may be a lot bigger with many more continents than we could ever know on the other side. With any scientific discovery, we need to look at the concrete evidence, and satellite images still point to a frisbee Earth not existing, and likely nothing beyond an ice wall. But wouldn't it be crazy?
I really don't know how satellite images disprove that, but okay.
Under 65 is skinny lies or support genocide.
Seek and ye shall find. My name is Jasmine Sherman. I am not just under 65, I am 38. I'm running for president of the United States of America. I am on 48 states ballots. If you live in Alaska or Georgia, I am not on your state's ballot. I am working on it. If you don't live in Alaska or Georgia, that means I'm on your state's ballot. For anyone that has questions about my platform, it is a platform for Americans that want to reset. And that means guaranteed housing, no more rent, no more mortgage, allowing us to give the land back to indigenous communities, freeing Hawaii, Guam, and Puerto Rico from the oppression that we have done to them. That also means giving the indigenous all of their land back. But don't worry, there's more details. You're not moving. You actually make money off of it. But let me go on.
First off, no. Until we can have a clear definition of who the indigenous are, stop just giving people stuff. You know, you're giving land to people, you don't even know who they really are.
Platform also means that we have to give people universal health care, dental, vision, mental health, and physical health. It means that we need more doctors, more nurses, more support staff. So I also provide you with free education, not just K through 12, but bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctoral degrees. If you want to pursue education, we want to make sure that you have access to education. My platform also provides people with universal basic income. We understand that as technology increases, AI is a part of that, and jobs are replacing people at rates that we've never seen before. My platform is a platform for people that want to be revolutionary, for people that would like an age cap and term limits. I am the person that you should vote for people that want to know that you are not going to no longer have access to the basic things that you need to survive and thrive. You should vote Sherman in 2024. If you have questions about me or my platform, go to jasminesherman.com and schedule an appointment to talk to me. If you want to talk to Tanda Bluebear, who is my running mate, you can schedule a meeting to talk to them. If you have questions about land back, or guaranteed housing, or universal health care, or free education, or firearms, or anything that you would like to know, schedule a meeting. I'm not fighting with y'all in the comment section because this is a commercial and Joe Biden doesn't talk to you, and neither does Donald Trump. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans.
Y'all heard that? I'm cool on the robots.
One more thing. The dark side of the moon. The eclipses that we see are not being eclipsed by a moon, okay? It's a picture that the Egyptians took during the eclipse. I might pull it up and put it up right here. It's them during the eclipse, and they like this, and it's showing 2 sun-looking objects in a moon in the middle, like under it, right? So what I'm saying is this: in the morning time, when the sun and the moon is out at the same time, right, you can see them, right? You can see the sun, you can see the moon, right? So during the eclipse, if the moon is what eclipses the sun, why don't we see the moon on its way to the eclipse? And then after the eclipse, why don't we see it slide off into the sky, into the atmosphere? We can see it any other time. And if you got an excuse for that, tell me this: we can't see the dark side of the moon, right? Well, why don't you get a satellite up in space? The same satellites that go all the way out to Pluto and all the way to Jupiter, you know what I'm saying, and all the way out the galaxy to take a picture of the Milky Way.
Ain't gonna happen.
Those satellites and put one behind the sun.
Ain't gonna happen.
Or on the side of the sun even during a solar eclipse, and get the dark side of the moon. Because during a solar eclipse, the sun lights up the dark side of the moon, doesn't it? So y'all should have a picture of the dark side of the moon. Why am I the smart guy that got to come up with a way for y'all to get a picture of the dark side of the moon, and y'all NASA? I'm smarter than NASA. Y'all stupid to me, for real. So NASA, here's the challenge. Since you can't get a picture, we'll never see the dark side of the moon. But during the eclipse, the sun lights up the dark side of the moon, because it's the moon getting eclipsed, right? One side faces us, and it gets dark during the eclipse. Weird. It gets dark. And now you can't see the moon facing you that's covering the sun. Weird, right? You can't see the moon that's facing you that's covering the sun, but it lights up the dark side of the moon. So get you a satellite back there. You got pictures of the sun and shit. It's plasma, not fire. Get you a satellite back there and take a picture of the dark side of the moon while the eclipse sunlight is lighting it up. That's how you get a picture of the dark side of the moon, if you could. It's not the moon. It's the black sun. That's why you see a black ball during the eclipse. That lets you know hollow earth, black ball, a figure of rotation. You feel me? That's when the black sun shows itself during an eclipse. If not, we should see the moon sliding across the sun off of the eclipse. Why don't we? But we can see the moon in the morning when the sun's out. Please, am I crazy or what? Just saying.
I mean, is he crazy or what? Is he speaking knowledge? I mean, you should be able to do that if that's what it is. If that's what they're saying is going on, you should be able to do exactly what he said. What is this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh. So that's how you get pearls, huh? I mean, that's still just amazing to me that you get pearls out of that. R.I.P. to that clam. That's just crazy. What is she saying? They got green ones? No way. They put that in there. That was weird. I'm not, not even gonna lie.
This is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in an Oklahoma newspaper saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. But things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded, possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls. Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. And apparently schools are canceled this day, and people are going on Twitter writing statements like this: something strange is definitely happening. My kids in 3 different schools all got notices that school will be closed that day. What do you know about this solar eclipse? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Let's talk about the original hotels in New York City and why they're amazing. These hotels weren't just places to stay, but monuments of architecture, engineering, and luxury. Symbols of the city's growth, prosperity, and innovation. Hosting celebrities, politicians, royalty from all over the world. They witness history, culture, and art. They were the Astor House, the Waldorf Astoria, the Vanderbilt, the Plaza, and many more. Right now, let's just talk about the Biltmore Hotel, because all the stories are very similar. The Biltmore Hotel in New York was a luxury hotel that opened in 1913 as part of the Terminal City development around Grand Central Terminal. In the underground floors, along with the indoor pool, was the train room, with a train ran right underneath the hotel. Rooftop gardens, light tunnels would light the entire building and illuminate the building. A refrigeration plant produced 500 tons of ice per day, cooled the interior, a pneumatic 2-system delivery system for messages and items to be shot around the hotel, central vacuuming, and a lot of other high-tech amenities. So, why is this strange? It was strange because built in the early 1900s, there were no power tools commonly available. There was no cranes to lift up scaffolding and materials. Most people are just getting over horses and buggies. Who built this building? There's no pictures of any of the constructions. They've all been demolished, and they all are owned and operated by some pretty big, important families. So let's do a little homework, people. There's no excuse anymore. What's going on with these buildings that were already here?
Potential UFO sighting caught on Apple Valley News Now's Skycam. This was on the news, y'all. Whoever was watching the news saw it for themselves. The newscasters saw it for themselves. Everybody saw this, but no one's heard about it. Why? Why is it that things are happening and we're not being told about it? I mean, we pay taxes in this country. We make the country run. It's us that makes this place so fucking great. So why are you not telling us the truth about whatever this is? I mean, we're paying for it. We pay for this. We pay to keep you on your toes, following what's going on around the world to help protect us from anything that's trying to hurt us. Right? Isn't it how it works? For the most part. I'm not going to get all political on how all things work when it comes to government and all, because I don't fucking know. I'm just a citizen. But I'll tell you what I do know. I'll tell you what I know. These fucking things are still flying around. They're still flying around, and we still have no fucking clue. And for at least the last 5,000 years. Take with that, from that, I don't even give a shit.
Strange times, okay.
If you wanna get down on the ground, shit don't lie, shit don't lie, shit don't lie. Okay. That dirty cocaine. If you got bad news, you wanna get the blue cocaine.
What the heck?
You got me, man. I'm not going anywhere. All right, I'll come back out when they open the gate, okay? Thank you. One last thing. You know, I used to think when I was a senator, I find in life you can't let people get away with bullshit here, okay? You just can't do it.
8 planes out at 6:30 in the morning, blocking the sun. They say the sun stimulates your VMAT2 gene, which is the God gene. Diamond-shaped UFO spotted in Orlando. Now that's crazy right there. Like if I see that, I'm thinking Thanos is coming. I'm preparing for the end of the world. If I actually seen that in person. They might have just changed colors.
¿Pero qué es eso? Míralo cómo se queda ahí.
It looked like Ethereum. That's what it looked like. That's Ethereum right there floating around, y'all. Some cryptocurrency in the sky.
¿Pero qué es eso? Míralo cómo se queda ahí.
What if that was like a spaceship or something though? Like, for real, for real. Oh, it's more of those little spirals that we seen earlier. You see them? Look. Yep, right there. What's this? Light show? Alien light show? Oh, snap. Just disappeared. Dang, category 5, 165 mile per hour wind.
Yep, I think it's pretty much safe to say that AI has just put jugging to rest. So you think you're a smooth criminal 3000, huh? Well, they got something for you. Because now they have the AI jugging detector 3000. They literally can tell when you're standing, when you're walking, when you're normal, And when you're jugging, they know exactly what pocket you're putting it in, and they can tell what hand is putting it in which pocket. So for you smooth criminals, they got a smooth AI for you. So you can gently moonwalk into jail, into a cell. But I ain't gonna lie to you, gang, it was only a matter of time before they actually start implementing this AI for this jugging problem. And they only adding more and more as the AI keep advancing. Like, ain't no way they just created a swiping ass AI and they implanted it inside of the stores. And this tapping technology is only going to continue to advance. So RP Jugging 2024. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this jugging bot detector in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And if y'all want the secret formula on how to blow up off of social media, comment down below ATM. Let's get started.
Listen, I'm not too much concerned about, stealing or whatever. But what that technology makes me think of is like the social credit scores they have in China and stuff like that, right? If they see you, say for instance, you went in there and you got a piece of bread and you put it back, but you put it back in the wrong section. And that AI is so advanced that it knows that you put it back in the wrong section. And now it's a ding to your credit score, your social credit score, right? Because you're not a good civilian. You know what I'm saying? It's things like that I'd be worried about.
Carrots are bleached? There is no such thing as baby carrots unless you pull a carrot out of the ground when it's a baby.
They're being fooled. They're just big carrots that are broken into small little chunks.
Pieces and sprayed with a chlorine solution.
What other products are sprayed with bleach?
All kinds of produce is sprayed with bleach and or other chemicals that may or may not be safer. Even organic produce, even the solutions at the grocery store when the little sprayers come on, it's not water.
Then how do we get safe produce?
Grow it. Farmers markets, CSAs, community shares. And if you want baby carrots, just pick them early.
Pick them early.
No such thing as baby carrots. All this stuff fake. So this Hurricane Barrel's projected path. I'm not sure when this video was made, but it is Monday, and I'm pretty sure it's already hit Houston. It's showing that it's going to be stuck in Houston on Sunday. That was yesterday, right? Hey, so this came from one of my subscribers, actually. So the police fighting the police, basically. Or the military fighting the police.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong? Nini, mbona mnatufanyia hivyo? Nini? Mbona mnatufanyia hivyo? Mbona mnatupigia?
That's crazy.
Wafanyia nini? This is too much. Nini kimwache, mbona mnafanya hivi? This is embarrassing. Okay, tuko kazi moja, mbona mnatufanyia hivi? Sawa.
Do you remember the guy named Fitz that gave his testimony about the interdimensional beings at the Bayside shopping mall in Florida?
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Fitz. I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family.
So the very first video on Guy Named Fitz's account is him giving his testimony about what happened. I find it kind of strange that this guy's entire account is based off that alien sighting at the Bayside Shopping Center, which leads me to believe it's a psyops. This all conveniently happened around the same time that they released some confidential court dockets to the public regarding the Epstein client case. But I do find it interesting, there's a 7-part series on his account.
What made our situation a little bit different is that I do have footage. And I didn't take it on a smartphone.
But he did come out and say that sometimes when he goes out in public, he carries around a VHS camcorder that he's able to record on.
I do take a VHS camcorder. And that night, when everyone was getting their phones confiscated and files deleted, nobody noticed that I had a VHS camcorder. Yeah, I have the footage here.
I'm a firm believer that when they fired up the LHC at CERN, it inevitably tore holes in the fabric of our realities. And I know for a fact alternate dimensions are opening up to and folding into and onto our reality. We are 3- and 4-dimensional beings on the cusp of being able to experience 5, 6, and 7D consciousness.
You know, bad people found out that we did. I don't know how, but they did, and things kind of went downhill from there. But we've already been planning a release of the footage, because a lot of other stuff happened that night that people don't know about.
I've seen those black antimatter sea urchin beings in shadow work meditation. It's like a 7th-dimensional symbiote.
Because we thought, you know, just for our safety, it would be good to put it out there that we had it.
Keep in mind that as we tap into 5, 6, and 7D consciousness, we're not only going to be able to see the spirits of light, we will also be able to see the inverted shadows of darkness.
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my motherfucking name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, what you say?
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list.
Wow.
Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to?
The internet has been in an uproar since finding out that Rosa Parks' husband had a car.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Yo, what?
This is exactly why I don't do that no more.
If you're somebody that likes to garden or relax, you need to listen up because it is very important that you hear this. Earlier today, the LA Times released an article titled "The Dirty Secret of California's Legal." It talks about poisons showing up in California's safe gardening products. This article is specifically about shopping carts, and it discusses how they found brain cell eating pesticides in some of your favorite brands' shopping carts. There's 26 pages worth of shopping carts that are listed, but most of them fall under 2 major brands. One of those major brands is called Backpack Boys. This is only a screenshot of one of the pages. Backpack Boys was actually predominantly most of the shopping carts that were listed. The next brand is West Coast Cure, and this is a major brand that most people that I know have tried before. This right here is an entire list of the pesticides that are found in these shopping carts. I have always been somebody that told you guys not to relax with shopping carts because of the possibility of so many problems with them. Also, the fact that they are the worst and most impactful on your lungs. But even if you don't relax with shopping carts, it is very important that you see this list. Just because shopping carts are the only ones that are listed.
Oh. Yo, don't mess with shopping carts. That's messed up. People thinking they relaxing, getting something good for them. See, I knew it was something up with these spots, man. Like, once they made it all illegal for everybody, that's the danger right there. It's like, oh, nah, I don't even want it. Where the real stuff at? Where the Willie Nelsons at? You know, that be out there planting it out in the hills, up in California, nice and organic, outside. Dang.
We are in for a day. I don't know whether to be scared or excited, but my brain says to be excited, so we all. So, last night, Lockbit decided to keep their fucking promise and started slowly releasing information because they done been pissed off. If you missed my previous video, the Federal Reserve was hacked. Lockbit took credit for the hack. And in a weird turn of events, Lockbit is not trying to expose individual civilian information like we've seen in past attacks before. They are specifically threatening to quote-unquote expose America's banking secrets. And that's the links that they're posting. I don't even know if they're going to take the money now. As you can see here, it is absolutely not a hoax. They are posting the links, and here are the fucking links. So this is what's happening right now. The green ones are ones that have been released and contain a link. The red ones are the ones that are still on a countdown timer. I snagged that screenshot last night. All of the links should be published. Y'all better go get your grubby paws on them while they're still available.
It's a weird one, so bear with me. But this picture of Sofia Vergara, seemingly normal, right? I think she's on America's Got Talent as a judge or whatever she does. On March 16th, I screenshot this from my phone. You can look at it on her Instagram. But what is that? That's not motion blur. I'm an editor. That's not motion blur.
That look like some AI
weird,
stuff.
Whatever, we can look it over. But wait, it gets weirder. What is wrong with them? All these people right here. What is happening? Her. Why doesn't she have an eye? And if this is AI, why? Why would it be?
A lot of questions need to be answered there. Where the fireworks go? You can still hear them.
Where'd they go? I don't know, but that's some late ass, like, yeah. Boom, boom, huh? Should we be worried about that, or is that just the echo?
Breaking news that we're watching right now from South Suburban Madison. Chopper 7's over this. It's a train derailment near Main Street and 218th Street. A village spokesperson tells us that one train car is leaking right now. No reports of any injuries, and there are no immediate evacuations right now, but a big mess here in a situation that Chopper just got to moments ago before you saw this live picture. We'll keep you posted on what we hear, and we'll bring it to you this half hour.
Oh, so we were asked to pull over by the police because there's a wide load coming in the middle of nowhere. Sophia, come back, get behind the car. Oh my gosh. So this is the reason why the police pulled this over. Oh my gosh, what is that?
Shoot, I don't know. What is that for real?
Okay, he said we're good. Oh my gosh, that was it.
So I'm sure we all seen this reflection on our phones or cameras when we face it at the sun. All right, so this video was 5 years ago my buddy, did when he launched a weather balloon up in the stratosphere. This weekend I went to go visit him because he was gonna do it again, he said, so he told me to come through. So I came through. And look what we got when we got back the camera. Look at the sun. Remember the sun, right? That last clip, how it looked? Look at it now. Check this bad boy out. What are those? All around that sun, right? I'm gonna show you guys the reflection because you guys are probably gonna be like, oh, it's a reflection from the lens. Yeah, shut up. But check this out. Hear me out. All right, I think it's coming up. Where did I mark it where I could see it? Damn. Oh, and it's in slow motion because the weather balloon was going crazy spinning. It was mad windy. So right here, this is the reflection. All right, that's the reflection. Right here, it looks like it's attached, literally attached to the sun. Like, talk about blocking the sun. That shit looks legit like it's blocking the sun. Am I right or wrong? Like, they upgraded their fucking sun simulator. Because I remember seeing that shit on my other reflection. But look at this pattern, right? Looks like that tube thing. Oh, shit, the next clip, y'all gonna trip out. So check this out. I'm pretty sure once you guys see this, you guys are gonna be convinced that it's a sun simulator. So, look at that little thing I circled, right? Kind of looks like a satellite. Now check this. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at that pattern from NASA, right? And look at that, what I circled. What the fuck? That's the same exact thing. That is the sun simulator. They either upgraded it on
That's
April
the James
8th
Webb telescope.
It's hugging the shit out of that sun. Like, is it good for it? Probably not. How do they do it? I don't know, but I know they did it on April 8th. That's the only way I could fucking think how they did that without us noticing, right? They had to do it on April 8th. That's the whole fucking commotion going on. God damn, dude, that's fucking legit. I think me and my friend really got a video of this sun simulator. I mean, even the sun looks different. It's not even like what it was 5 years ago. That is nuts. What do you guys think? Do you think we caught the real sun simulator and you think it's attached to the sun? Because that looks fucking dangerous. I hope that shit doesn't blow up. I don't know how they did that. Fucking, that pisses me off. Anyways, leave a comment down below.
Yo, you think it's attached to the sun?
This is the Jersey Shore. This is how the Jersey Shore
has always looked. The water has always been murky and dark and just not very inviting. Every time I've gone to the Jersey Shore, this is the water that we've gotten, or this is what we've seen. So when the fuck did the Jersey Shore turn into this? Crystal clear Caribbean style water.
Right.
I have never seen the Jersey Shore look like this. Ever. I mean, it's like we literally just came to the Caribbeans. But no, this is the Jersey Shore. You cannot convince me that something isn't off when literally the water has completely changed on an entire coastline in a year's time. Something is up. There is something happening. I don't know what, but for the good God, this is not normal.
Hey everybody, you ready for some good news? Okay, here's what it is. If you are about freedom, then this message is for you. On Friday, the Supreme Court overturned a case called Chevron, okay, meaning like all these agencies that are about regulations. To give you an idea, like Department of Motor Vehicles, Department of Education, Fish and Wildlife Management. All right, I'm going to give you an example. I'm a commercial waterman, okay? So the FWC, which is Florida Wildlife Conservation, they make all their own little rules, like statutes is what they call them. All right, so these are not rules that were governed through legislation. All right, legislators and the courts allow these smaller agencies with their so-called experts to make their own rules. Like tomorrow, for instance, here in Florida, certain areas, scallop season opens up for recreational. All right, so it goes for like 1 month. It'll start July the 1st, and it'll go for like 1 month. And these agencies say and dictate how many scallops somebody can catch on a boat. And they dictate when the start of the season is, when the end of the season is. The same with crabbing, fishing, all those types of things. They also allowed, say you want to go fishing, well, you got to go and buy a fishing license. So you got to fork out some money, and if you don't have that fishing license, you can be, arrested. Essentially what...
Hey, this is what I do, though. You know what I'm saying? I go out there with my kids, cast the pole out, sit back, and I don't touch the pole. Because when the park police pull up, I'm like, hey, I'm just bringing my kids fishing. That's theirs. That's not mine. Because a fishing license is crazy to me. You need a license to do anything in this world. Well, at least in America. Like, just sit back and think about it. Think about something that you don't need permission to do in this world.
What this case did is, when they overturned Chevron, it took away all those, or made all those statutes and their rules and their so-called laws unconstitutional. Like having to register your car every year. Things like that. See, the legislative body, these congressmen and all, they're supposed to, the lawmakers, they're supposed to make laws, but they're not supposed to be approved until we, the people, vote on these laws to approve these things. They didn't do this, and they allowed these government agencies, with their, like I said, with their so-called experts, to make their own rules, their own regulations. So, overturning this case is huge, huge. It's gonna be a lot of legal cases going to be end up being filed. This is going to be changing so much. Regulations is coming to an end, so you all need to be happy. This is happening. Our freedom is finally coming back. I remember when I was a kid, I used to be able to go fishing without having to go and buy a fishing license. That's overreach of government. If we don't vote on things that these legislators, come up with, and we don't approve of them, that means they're no longer law. All right, these little government agencies, they can't just make their own rules anymore. You know, they can't regulate, like, tell me that when I can go crabbing and how many that I can catch, or, you know, things of that nature. You know, now what it's going to be doing is making legislators actually work again, but it's also going to be where we start voting on what we want and what we don't want, basically becoming sovereign again. So anyway, that's my take. That's what happened Friday. All right, and from what I understand, there's supposed to be another case, a big case being dropped tomorrow. I don't know how true it is, but I haven't seen it on the docket. But there's supposed to be a case with Brunson, and that's supposed to be overturning possibly, well, I don't want to say it out loud, but something else. If you don't know what it is, maybe just do a little research on it. Anyway, be happy. Life's about to change for all of us. You know, I mean, this is big. This is really, really big. Anyway, have a fantastic evening. Spread love, light, and happiness. And I'll be talking to you soon.
So I wonder what that means about, like, the FBI, the CIA, the DEA, you know, because they all make their own rules too. I wonder if they fall underneath that Chevron thing.
The following footage was captured in Vancouver waters in Canada. Now, the woman who actually captured this was sitting on a train when she looked out over the water and noticed something moving against the current extremely fast. Definitely not a whale, but as she's recording, she captures a glimpse of this unidentified creature. But the question is, what is it? Could it be a submarine? Are there submarines in those specific waters? Or is it something else? Take a look at this footage and tell me what you think.
It's Godzilla. It's a dragon. It's Godzilla, y'all. Coming out of the waters. About to come fight somebody. I don't know what this could be. And like she said, it's going against the current. So whatever it is, it's pretty powerful. What's your thoughts on that one? I don't know.
They say Aldi fresh, but their salads contain bioengineered food ingredients.
What don't nowadays?
Their bagels contain bioengineered food ingredients. Not so fresh. No artificial flavors, but it contains bioengineered food ingredients.
I mean, I guess that's good, right? No artificial flavors, even though everything else is bioengineered. It's not real.
Even their granola bars or fruit bars contains bioengineered food ingredients.
Listen, I'm starting to believe that if it comes in a box or a can or a bag, it's not real. It's bioengineered. It's GMO. They created it somewhere. Like, they be tricking us, right? Think about, like, the Pringles chips, right? You get the Pringles chips. They come in this nice little can stacked up. And you really think that they done sliced these chips from a real potato and put them in this can so perfectly. No, them chips ain't got a lick of potato in them. You know what I'm saying? That's all bioengineered ingredients. Hopefully I don't get too hopefully I don't get into too much trouble by saying this stuff, but yeah, that stuff don't be real. What? Y'all heard that?
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me turn this up.
He's talking. No.
Yo, that's Optimus Prime. Whoa.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Decepticons.
What else could it say?
Yo.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. It is talking. I swear to God. Listen. Oh. Is it real?
I don't know. Is it like a robot? Like, because that's a pretty good moving robot.
What?
Why is a bird?
Yeah, say something.
Wait. It's like saying.
I'm just sitting there too.
Look, its eyes look
Ew,
like
it just
cameras.
peed. Wait, it just peed. It just pooed.
I know.
Did you snap?
That ain't what it was doing earlier.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we gotta go, guys. This is
Oh.
weird.
Careful, Willow.
Yeah, I was scared of him. Like,
dude, get out of here. Whoa.
Yeah, that mother giving out some type of code or something. I don't know
that,
what it was saying.
Look how big that fucking cypress is.
That's a tree, y'all. Underwater.
That
a
tree's
tree stump.
huge, bro. Imagine hauling ass on your boat. It's crazy.
So wait, those is tree. That's probably an artificial river or lake or something at the end. They probably flooded what was ever really there in the first place. You know what I mean? Like they probably cut the trees down and flooded the whole area. I don't know though. I'm just under that impression off of first sight, I guess. A shiny sphere. They've been saying the dragon been released, huh? You know, somebody got their channel banned. No, they lost their job for talking about a dragon. They're talking about some Leviathan dragon or whatever, and they got fired from their job for this. There's a video about it.
Oh, Sidewinder!
Sidewinder! That's crazy looking. It looked like something reaching. Don't it? Some Stranger Things type stuff. I don't know when
they strapped a camera on a shark and look what it filmed in the sea. A mermaid in the sea.
Heck no, you put a GoPro on his fin? I hope I don't get jump scared. There you go. I think I see it coming. Look, look. Ain't no way the shark recorded that. I don't believe the shark recorded that, man. It might have, though.
You guys, what the fuck is going on?
Downtown Nashville. We in our khakis in USA. We like to wear our polos and khakis. Tiger sitting. That look like a person. He like, who wants smoke with me? He looking like, who wants smoke with me?
When are these lugaus going to stop? We got bear lugaus, goat lugaus, dog lugaus, cat lugaus, a tiger lugau, bro. As if a tiger wasn't menacing enough. This has to be AI. There's no way this isn't AI. It gotta be. This lugau is sitting up like he's waiting for you to come and dap him up. Like, what's good, my guy? The only thing this Lugao is missing is a Nike Tech suit. Put him in a Nike Tech, give him a ski mask, and you're not gonna know if Lugao is missing is a Nike Tech suit. Put him in a Nike Tech, give him a ski mask, and you're not gonna know if he a tiger or not. It's in here, Tony the tiger.
Yeah, that's Tony.
Has been blown.
That's Tony right there.
Can you imagine going to a zoo and you see a tiger just sitting up like this, looking at you like, don't worry. As soon as the lights go out, I'm about to be roaming these streets. Talk to me crazy. I'm coming after you next. What's going on here? What's going on here? Lugao achita comme si l'aptan manger. What's going on here? This AI, bro. I refuse to believe this is a Lugao. I refuse. That bit, the Lugao is resting his, I'm not even gonna call these paws, these are arms now. He's resting his arms on his legs. AI is gonna be the end of us. AI is going to, no, because we can't just sit here and think this is not possible. It's not going on.
Paranoid conspiracy theorists. Virginia home explodes after firing more than 30 flares at cops. Wow. Zootropolis? Never. It's Zootopia. 100%. 100% Zootopia. If I have my kids coming here right now, they would say Zootopia. What's that? UFO?
This fucking sun. This isn't the same sun that I grew up with, man. There's no way I stayed outside all day in this fucking sun. This is fucking different. I don't care. Anybody can tell me this motherfucker right here is a different sun than what I grew up with.
Yeah. You know, it probably is. What if we don't have just one sun in our solar system or in our whatever we live in? What if there's not just one sun? What if we just being deceived this whole time? It could be a new sun. If you go back to like old Norse scriptures, Vikings and stuff like that, they talk about their sun, how they miss their old sun. So that means there must have been a new sun at some point in time. Or what if we're just experiencing a new sun? It could be something like that though, you know, to where, you know, they say there's like binary star systems or 3-star systems out there, you know, 3-body problem. It could be a situation like that. What if we have a 3-body problem here? We just don't know about it. What if Earth's really not that stable? And that's why we have all of these resets, because there's more than just one sun here. It's something to really think about and really look into. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.